Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Defect Ascension Mode Level 2 Mini Series run, where we are here to play as the Defect. Of course, this is the Ascension Mode Mini Series. All 45 levels of the Ascension Mode runs from level 1 to level 15 on each of the 3 characters, the Ironclad, Silent and Defect, of course. And we will be doing all 45 in this mini series. Of course, we are on the Defect level 2 now. You guys have seen a beautiful level 2 run for the Ironclad and Silent. Both very easy, both very fast, and both very fun. For now, let's jump into it and let's play as the Defect on Ascension Mode level 2. So let's get this run going. So the first thing we need to do is decide what we want to get from now. All of this is kind of crap. I guess I will lose all my gold to get rid of 2 cards. It's kind of balancing to do that because it's like basically 99 gold to move 2 cards, which is 50 gold, 49.5 gold per card, which is the cheapest you can get. I don't think you can go cheaper than that in all honesty, so it's pretty good. The only problem of course comes up in the form that you have less cards in your deck, and I'm actually honestly starting to become of the opinion that less cards is worse than more cards. I'm starting to feel like more cards is the actual way to go in Slay the Spire. I used to be under the impression that a small deck was really good, but as I played more and more of the game, I've actually started to come to the conclusion that, for me at least, the exact opposite. I prefer just having I will do that. That's just too good to pass up on. It's 1 weakness. I don't care about that too much. Oh, there we go. Now it's 0 weakness. So there's like, I don't know yet what the right approach is in Slay the Spire. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I just don't know. So I can't tell you. And I used to think that it was, you know, just get as many get a very good deck with all the good cards in and win the game, right? So that was my initial impression of how to play Slay the Spire, right? But then as I play more Slay the Spire, I realized, okay, the way you're supposed to play Slay the Spire is, you know, optimize a deck to make it really good and do exactly what you need it to do, and then win that way. And then after I played a lot more, I came back to the conclusion that, like, no, that doesn't actually work. It's just take excuse me, yeah, that was a little bit inappropriate, but that is what it is. Just take every card that's super fucking good and then just win the game like that. That's the point I got to next. And I think that's a daily mentality problem that caused that to arise for me. So I'm really lost at the moment in Slay the Spire and how to approach these runs. I just honestly don't know. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's just better to go for as much damage as you can get right off the bat, or to just go for what's the word, like just go for like a very synergistic, thought out, almost strategized deck. I really can't decide for the life of me what the right approach is, and it's kind of like weird in a sense, but I feel like I will find that balance at some point. I'll take generic algorithm because that's really early to get generic algorithm, so like that a lot. There's that generic algorithm, and that's that fight. So that's why I took Sunday and upgraded it right off the bat, by the way, because on the first floor it's really strong. Like, it's insanely strong on the first floor. I think it's probably the strongest it can ever be is on the first floor. I'm gonna upgrade generic algorithm. I'm not gonna upgrade. I'm gonna upgrade cool-headed. No, I'm gonna upgrade Zap to 0. I think having Zap and dual cast and 0 as soon as possible is going to be very important for our deck. This is interesting. I mean, hologram feels good. Meal ticket's not good. Geary is okay. Prayer wheel is also not that good. We can remove more cards. We can remove a single strike because we have Rip and Tear now. Make the deck. We can try for the super optimal deck. It might work. Who knows? You know, it doesn't hurt me to try something new. Although this is a please give me Sunday. This is a that gave me way less block than I thought it was gonna give me. Interesting. This is a Ascension Mode 2 run, so of course we want to win it. We don't want to lose or take unnecessary damage at any point if we don't have to. But at the same time, I'm also just under the impression that, you know. Wow. Please hit the... Oh, thank you. I was gonna say, like, I have like 3 shots to hit the guy, then I messed it up and it became 2 shots to hit the guy, and then I was like, oh my god, we fucked up. And luckily we didn't. So I only took 4 damage on that entire fight. Oh, Gremlin Horn's so good. All of these are good, but I'm finding myself in a position where I can't play them. It's just I can't play these cards. I'll take Skim, but I'm honestly starting to just find myself in a position where I just can't play most of these cards. I'm going to upgrade dual cost to 0. I think having dual cost and zap as 0 costing cards is the most important thing you can do in the early game. Opening hand Sunder is exactly what I wanted. Open Terror. Generic algorithm of Defend, and I go for the eyes over there. No, I had attack! I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Cool headed. Dual cost. Okay. So our first 4 boss, we are going to be very weak against. There's not going to be much we can do about it. So we just have to accept that and move on. I'm going to upgrade the Defect and go for it. I didn't heal because I saw that it was the... Well, this is weird. I think I have to go for the Skim first, and there is Defect, which is nice, into this. Got the eyes. It's kind of hoping for a zap to shop. I'm not going to lie to you. There we go. There's our zap. There's our generic algorithm. There's our dual cost. Another Defend, another Defend. So we are taking damage, but we don't care about taking damage, or do we? No, we don't. It's the first 4 boss. We should be fine. Like, honestly, I don't see a problem arising here, but you never know. It could go either way. Awesome. Now I'm very happy I got the Defect and I upgraded the Defect. I think that was definitely the right call. And this is why I have all these 0 costing cards, so I can do plays like that where I just go crazy and I do like a Sunder play for 3 energy, which is something you wouldn't usually do unless you had this exact situation going, and I am lucky enough to have it. So I'm not going to use Skim here because it's not good for me. It won't net me any positive, so. And I will just straight up Sunder. Like, once again, it's a super amount of damage, 32 damage for 3 energy. It's like a really bad bludgeon. It's really good. It's really good for what I'm going for, so I'm fine. I'm 100% fine with that. So basically one more Sunder and this fight will be over, which is very exciting. Got a little bit of Defend here. I'm not gonna use Skim. No need. Once again, just no need to use Skim. You know, give me Sunder and this fight's over. You didn't. You gave me dual cost though, so it won't matter. This fight's over regardless. Awesome. And that was great. That was a great first 4. That was a great first 4. Very strong, very quick, very nice. Bias condition. Yeah, sure. Give it to me. This core surge. There are stuff that can give me stuff that I want. I'm gonna go very hard here, and I'm gonna get rid of all of the stuff I don't want to see, such as this. So we got out of it Blizzard, Cool Head, and Rebound. I like all of those except for Blizzard, so I might throw Blizzard away. I do make a lot of ice with Cool Headed though, so maybe I will keep the Blizzard. But potentially, if I have to be honest, I think I'm probably gonna ditch it at some point. So the route I want to take, upgrading of cards that need to happen. Not many cards need to get upgraded here, so upgrading is also not essential for me. I think fighting a couple of elites while playing it safe, so getting through as many bonfires as possible, at least fights possible, is where I want to go. So I'm going to take this route. I feel like that route's going to get me through. It's going to get me through 3 elite fights, which is very important for me personally, obviously. And the Sunder, will it kill? It will not kill. So this is a problem. That will kill though. That was huge. That was a huge play. 16. I think got a generic algorithm here, and then you Sunder this guy for 16. I think that's how you do it. We're gonna take a little bit of damage here, but I'm okay with that. And by little, we take 3. And I'm like 3 damage. If you asked me yesterday if I would have cared about 3 damage, I would have told you no, and that hasn't changed. So we did get to weaken him. Very big play. We're gonna take 6 more. Now I care, because now it's 9 damage. You know, before it was 3 damage. I didn't care about 3 damage, but now we've headed on over to the 9 damage department, and the 9 damage department, unfortunately, is a side that I actually care enough about to not want to see happen. So that was unfortunate. White noise upgraded, perfect. It's just a free power basically. So whenever I see it, I'm just a happy man. Like, I would love, of course, to go for the Sunday here, but I think what you do is you go for this into the rebound, rip tear, defend play. We get a little bit of block, we take a little bit of damage, we did quite a bit of damage, and we got cards out there we wanted to see. So we got like this, we got like this, we got like this, we got like that, we got like this, and we do this. So that's just a pretty much play every card in your hand type of turn. Feels really good. Cool headed, obviously, into this, you gotta do it. You dual cast into another cool headed, and you end it with a little bit of a bias combination situation. Get as much of that early block as possible. And this guy's got enough HP left that I'm pretty confident that he just will die if we got any attacks. Of course, because this is Slay the Spire, they gave me 3 dazes immediately and it fucked my entire strategy up. But It was a gamble I made willingly. Ball lightning's tempting. I'm gonna skip. I think the right play there is to skip. So I gotta get rid of a card here for free, which is super nice. The question is what card. Now Blizzard is something I said I might want to get rid of, but how many ices do we play? We play Cool Headed. We have 2 of them, and we play enough often. But I think I don't want Blizzard, so I think I'm gonna give it Blizzard, and it just heals me to full, which is nice. Pushing on 4 HP is always nice, especially since we did take a pretty big hit here. Is there any way to kill you if both of these hit? Only 1 hit, so we can 32 damage you, which I definitely think is the way to go because it puts you on like 1 shot away from death. But we're very unlucky. We needed both to hit that guy. It would have been so good if both hit that guy actually. So white noise obviously is the way to go. You do this, you use this, you use this. He's dead. A little bit of that, into a little bit of that, into a little bit of that, into a little bit of that. Get rid of the generic algorithm as soon as possible out of our deck. So this we go Cool Headed into Defrag into 14, 12, 14 damage. Gonna take a little bit of damage here, but we're getting 8 block per turn. Maybe needed to play the plated there. It's potentially possible, but I didn't, so it is what it is. And I will buy Ascension and I will go for the ICO, so that works out great for us. I could have potentially played another block, but I didn't think it was necessary. So block wise we're on a good place. Now we just need to start doing damage as much as possible, as quick as possible. There we go. Just do as much damage as we can. 1 Sunder and this is all over. And there we go. And that's why I added Sunder deck. I really am under the impression that Sunder is really good. Like really good, and I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of people that would disagree with me, but I'm gonna stick to my guns, as they say, and I'm gonna keep to playing this Thunder because I think it's really worth it. So I bought a very specific subset of cards there, and I did that for a reason, because I want the artifact potion for bias cognition, elite, then a bonfire, and then another elite, or bonfire, then elite, then I think I'm gonna elite, then bonfire. We don't want to get to this. We don't want to get a second shop anyway. Obviously, start a white noise. You hope it's a really good card. It wasn't, but that was the gamble we had to make, unfortunately. So go for the eyes on you, rebound on you, into go for eyes on you, into a bias cognition, into a go for the eyes here, into a block. Gonna pass up and use the generic algorithm now. It will show up again, definitely, and I think that we'll be fine. So this was a little bit unfortunate, the turn of events that we had here. Didn't really get anything we were super excited to see. So we're going to definitely take damage here. So I want to potentially try and kill off the front guy. And we were very unlucky and we did not kill the front guy. So time change to plate armor. We're going to probably lose the entire plate armor immediately. At least 2 of them. So very unlucky that none of our multiple lightning orbs, by the way, multiple lightning orbs. I just want to point that out. Very important that it is specifically pointed out that we had multiple orbs. And not one of them weren't kind enough to just hit the guy in the front, which would have saved us a plated armor and quite a bit of HP. So that does frustrate me a little bit, but this is just a Sunder situation, 100% guaranteed. No doubt in my mind, you just Sunder, then you move on. So something like Core Surge right now is starting to look really good for me. Also the wow, you just I was gonna say you all had to go and hit the front guy, and that's more than enough block for us not to take damage, and we're hitting 7 off this fight anyway, so I'm not too worried. We only need 1 stun and this is over anyway, so it should be pretty fast. Okay, so we got 1. There we go. That's exactly what I was hoping to happen. Now we have a very high mathematical chance to Sunder here, and that can end the fight for us. Oh man, I'm really liking what I got going on here. It's like it feels like it's almost like it's really balanced, and I don't want to add more cards to it. I don't want to remove more cards from either. I'm finding myself to be in a situation. I'm just very happy with what's going on now. So artifacts are important. A Core Surge will be very good here. Artifact potions, the more we can pick up of those, the better. Because at this point we are in a situation where we gain more out of having an artifact up than we gain out of doing damage to the enemies. It's a bit weird, the concept, but it's true. Because the problem right now is we have a clock. What I've essentially done is I've essentially built myself a deck that says you have X amount of turns left to win the game. If you do not win the game within 6 turns or 7 turns, you lose. And that's difficult. That ain't easy. You're not winning runs normally in that quick of a time frame, which is obviously a problem if you are going for kills. Now this thing is healing too much. I need this guy to die as soon as possible. But obviously we need to have attacks that can straight up aim for this, good sir, and we just don't have any. So I'm going to go for the Sunday here, and then I'm going to go for the dual cast for that block because I need it. I pray that some of the lightning starts hitting the Centurion. Every single lightning bolt has hit the back guy. Every single one. And that makes me extremely angry, by the way. I get very, very angry when RNG starts happening like that. Because, as you all know, me and RNG, we have a relationship. And the relationship is that I hate RNG. So, whenever RNG fucks me that hard, I get super annoyed. I get super, super annoyed. That's a beautiful free 10 damage though. So, it will die to the lightning as well, by the way, because even if we got 0 attacks, the lightning will kill eventually. So self-repair is super tempting. I'm going to take it here, even though it's a deck fattener that I didn't want to fatten the deck with, but I'm going to do it nonetheless because I think it's the right play. I'll fight this in, and depending on how this elite fight goes specifically, I'll decide how I want to approach the rest of the runs. Bum, 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 bum. There's a clock on this fight anyway, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Was bad. Fuck, I was really hoping I wouldn't draw the defrag there. That's a little bit unlucky. I mean, it was my own fault because I had a very high mathematical chance to draw the defrag there, and I knew it, but I was really just hoping to get a little bit, actually just straight up a little bit lucky. The only word to use is the word that I was just hoping to get a little bit lucky, and it didn't happen for us at that point, but we should still be okay-ish. There's our defrag. That's such an important defrag for us. I think cool-headed here, and then used go for the ice, of course, to get that longer week, and then we use that beautiful double lightning. Now all we need is one Sunder, and this fight's over, and we've got a very high mathematical chance to get it, and we got it. Beautiful, beautiful. We got a good little something going on here. It's not the greatest you've ever seen, but it's not bad either. I will fight another elite. I'm very confident of that last fight, and I will choose to upgrade one of the go fights to 2 weakness, because that's just always going to be good, especially against the champ and especially against a lot of the elites. Now this elite fight is super scary. Of all the elite fights we could have got, this one might potentially be the most scary fight. So is the aim way to kill you? Well, if dual cast hits the back guy twice, almost, that does 3. It's not enough. It's not enough. We need more. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure we're in a situation where we have 0 way to kill this guy. That's 3. So now we need to go for the roundabout play, which I don't really want to do. That's okay. Genetic algorithm is 21 block right off the bat, which is super good. What if I go for a rebound? Cool-headed. Zap. I got a genetic algorithm here, but I really want to defrag. I really want to defrag here. But I got a generic algorithm because I can't afford to take too much damage in this fight. Right now, minimizing the damage I take is a little bit more important than making sure they die next turn. Of course, them dying next turn is the exact thing we want to happen. So, at the same time, I am saying that. But at the same time, also, I'm losing 2 focus every turn, but I've got so much ice that I probably will not need to actually go for specifically damaged turns, which is kind of nice if you think about it. This being weakened is really affecting us, and our lightning will get the job done eventually, but we also have to take damage now. This being vulnerable, it's painful. It's really, really painful. We just keep the weakening going as long as we can, though. The longer the weaken goes on, the better for us, so that's always good. A little bit of a rebound action. So now we'd like you to hit the guy in the back. There we go. Beautiful. Now we pretty much home free. Guaranteed home free. 2 bias cognitions was definitely a risky play to go for. There's no doubt in my mind. Oh, I didn't even get to play self-repair. That was a bad play on my side. I'll skip these. Do I want another cool-headed? No, probably not. We have 3 already. How much do I have? 2? 3. 2. 3. We have 3. No, we don't want a 4th one. We don't need no collector's bonus, and it's not worth it. I'll get the max HP because I'm gonna heal up now, but that's a risky play. And that one is, I will be 100% honest, that is a really, really risky play. And I could potentially come to regret it in the future, but I'm gonna hope that that's not the case. So 32 damage means you're dead if we get a Sunder. We did get a Sunder. Beautiful. Always nice to see one of those show up for us. Draw 2 cards. You gotta rebound and go for the Eyes Plus. Normal, go for the Eyes. Cool-headed, go for the Eyes Plus. And I'm going to use self-repair instead of generic algorithm here. I'm getting enough block out of my eyes, and I need that HP up. I need to start healing some. I need to start recovering some of this HP loss that I've taken, which has of course been way too much HP loss in case that wasn't abundantly clear. Let's go for that, and then let's cool-headed again. That should give me more than enough block. Nice, we go for the eyes at the exact right time. And then 11 more damage coming out. So more defects would have been really good for us. I would have very, very much been a happy man if I had been able to see a couple more defracts. Unfortunately, I was not lucky enough to see that in my run, but this should take care of this. There we go. We get a 10 heal out of that. Get a fear potion, which is nice. Could be actually really good, so I'm going to take it. And we will be resting up before the boss. I'd rather fight the boss with 9 HP than less. I don't play enough powers to make heatsinks worth it, and the other ones are just not good in my opinion. So white noise right in the bat could be super good. Give me echo form, give me static charge. Not great at all, but a go for eyes is kind of good. I'm gonna use the co-edit. Zap is really nice. I'm gonna use the skim. You got a capacitor here, and use the okay, so I might have messed up a little bit. We're going to take quite a bit of damage here, but we're going to charge some lightning from it, I guess, so it's fine. Okay, so now we're going to go rebound, defend, defrag. I don't want to buy Ascension yet. It's too early to buy Ascension. Would have really liked the artifact card here. It would have been so nice. Unfortunately, we did not get one, so the one flaw I've found now, or that I've just realized, is that I actually do not have a lot of damage in this deck. And my block is mediocre at best, in a nice way, of course. I will dual cost for 20 damage here. I definitely think that's worth. And he's going to buff himself soon, so luckily my vulnerable and my weakness went off. It came back immediately, but all in all, I think we won on that. Do I need a generic algorithm here? I don't think so. 5, 9, I don't think so. He's weakened right now, so I think we don't need the generic algorithm. Let's say the generic algorithm might need it to tank a much larger hit later on in the game. Oh, I'm gonna start off with dual cost. I think that's always gonna be a no-brainer for me. There's that go for the weakness. Go for the eyes I was looking for. I mean, let's get a rebound going. Not going to rebound, but it's fine. Another lightning cycles. So thunderstorm looking pretty good, but that's only because it's static discharge right now. So I'm not actually sure if it is good or not. It's a bit of a hard one. Dual cost here for more damage, and then place another ice for more defense. And there's our generic algorithm coming back, but we don't need it. So he's gonna buff himself now, and this is where the big damage starts. And we do have one more turn of vulnerable left, so that's a little bit of scary. This is really bad. This was a really bad draw for us. Really, really bad. So we're about to take 1 trillion damage. I'm gonna do this and hope for something good. Oh, beautiful go for the eyes. Almost clutch. We are super close to dead, by the way, but he's kind of super close to dead. It was a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was slightly frightened there, but we get to weaken him, and I'm gonna go for one of these into one of these, into one of these, shove into one of these, into one of these. So we got more than that block right now, and our damage is, I mean, I don't want to say bad, because bad is not the right thing to. It's not bad. It's not bad damage. It's just, it's not great damage. But one Sunder and this fight's actually over, or just one pass the turn and this fight's over. So at the same time, we good. And I'm gonna kill him with the Sunder just for the lols, as I do feel like that's a fun card. Another bias condition. Remove. Oh, they changed vision. Remove all your orbs, gain energy, and draw 1 card for each orb removed. They 100% changed vision. It used to cost 2, and it used to evoke every orb you had and then give you an orb for each evoked orb. Now it removes all my orbs and again gives me energy and draws 1 card. So if I have 5, in this case 6 orbs, I can get 6 energy and 6 card draw But I mean, what play can you make with that? Unless you got more capacity, unless you got inserter / more capacitors. Vision seems horrible. Of all these, bias condition looks like the only one I can afford to take, but I don't even want it. I need to rest. Empty cage. You know what? Empty cage might be good for us. I'm gonna take empty cage. And now we need to think, what card / cards when we see, we like, And at this point, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a defend and a skim. Because that skim is just not doing anything for me. It draws me 3 cards, 1 energy, but I need that energy to play the cards it draws. So I always find it to be mediocre and lacking. In all honesty, I really do. Lots of paths to take here. This is the Beyond, so we need to be very careful about how we approach this, of course. I want to fight as minimum fights as possible, while also gaining as much safety as possible. And I think that's the one elite path, but that's also scary because there's only one bonfire. But that does get to us to a late shop, so it could potentially gain us a net positive on that. So I'm gonna go for it. All these zero costing cards are actually starting to become such a big deal for my deck and what I'm trying to do. So I'm starting to fall in love with it a little bit, but at the same time, so we want to delay this for Echo Form to give us our heal back. But I'm also not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to take damage if I don't get it quick enough. So if it doesn't show up, it doesn't show up. And that's just how it is. This is like the perfect turn. So good. Self-repair showed up, but I fucked up. So whatever. We're going to heal for 10. If we can prevent all futuristic damage from happening, we should be fine. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh, Glacier's super good. Shop. 333 gold. We're going to shop is a bit creepy. But let's start each turn with 3 additional orb slots. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's almost like, what did you need exactly in this deck? And I was like, well, I need more orb slots because I want to make a lot of ice. And I need, don't give me a curse, please. I really can't afford a curse right now. Money? I'll take money. I'm gonna get to a late shop, so money's not bad actually. How much money is it? Holy shit, it's like 300 gold. That's a lot of money. I never realized it was that much money. This is so good now. Now we are powerful. Very, very powerful. This is just a tricky first turn though. Glacier Defrag, it's the play. So what we're lacking is energy creation is what it is. We need energy. Our big weakness is we just don't have any energy going for us. That's kind of interesting. I never thought that my weakness would potentially be an energy weakness. It's kind of cool, but also kind of frustrating in its own little way. We're about to take a lot of damage. I should have used the block potion probably, but you know, we could potentially still get some good stuff. Bias condition here does seem tempting. Capacitator into biased. Into biased again. The amount of ice we have now, we will never take damage again. We are losing 2 per turn, but we won't take damage in this fight again. So now we want to do is try and get some lightning going. So right now what the deck is definitely lacking is the lightning department. We definitely do not have enough lightning going for us. So definitely a problem we need to look into as soon as we can. So we're not killing nearly fast enough to win this. We're not in a bad place either though, if I'm being honest. I mean, 32 damage is just so good, and we're gonna have enough block no matter what, so I think do the 32 damage and then move on. They're getting too much ice, they're getting too much armor, these guys. The problem right now is they are getting more armor than I can deal with. That's why I'm losing the run right now. I'm not losing the run, of course, that's a little bit over exaggerating the situation I'm in, but I'm finding I'm in a dangerous position because they're getting more armor than I'm doing damage. This is really just under zap and then use another bias condition as the lulls because you can, and use a generic item because you have to, except you didn't have to, you just did it so you'd have more potential block for the future, so it works out great. It works out great. Hologram Plus is a card I will add without even hesitating for a split second. The whole first turn for us here. A nice little go for the eyes though. Gotta get those early defrags, kind of important. I'm gonna go hologram into another go for the eyes, I think. It's okay. I think dual casting here, which will give us 20 damage, is going to give us less damage or as what we would get if we played it more patiently. This is insane. Like, we get 22 block every turn. Even if we get 22 block a turn for not blocking, that is what's happening right now. And if you think about it that way, that's actually ridiculous, honestly. Constrict is a big problem, so we need to kill this guy as soon as possible. And as we've said and come to the conclusion, sadly, is that our deck is lacking, unfortunately, a little bit in the damage department. We have enough block now to not take any more damage in this fight, though. But at the same time, as I've said, we are definitely lacking in the damage department, which is something we need to start with looking into a way to increase our overall damage output. Because right now it's not too good. It's not too good. Skipping these cards, they just don't feel good enough for what I'm going for. Very important Smith here, I think. Upgrading that defrag, I think, is very important. This guy's an asshole, by the way. It's very sad that he's the one that showed up. I have to do this. I have to do it that way. That's the only way I don't take damage right now. So this is a huge turn for us, because this is just straight up free, like a free buffer turn, pretty much. Like, the buffer's gonna tank the hit, we are fine. And at this point, I'm pretty sure, although I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure at this point we have won the block race for the rest of the fight against this guy. I mean, obviously not yet, but pretty close. Oh, he was sundered. Oopsie. I mean, he had intangibles. My bad. I didn't see that he had intangible. That's on me. That one's on me. I'll be honest on that one. I miscalculate's not even the right word. I just literally didn't see it. So I will bias now. This is a 44 damage turn. I can't pass it up. So right now we get like 40 block, 50 block. So we actually never take damage again. So now we can just start playing like any type of zaps out there. Anything that gives us block or moves the lightning about will be good. So you go zap, you go hologram, you get zap, you go zap, you go dual cast, because this is a big damage turn for us. And we will have more than enough block, no worry. Gotta hit this guy 13 times. Shouldn't be too difficult. There we go. We have more than enough block once again. More than enough. This is easy. It's even a perfect elite, just by the way. So I'm not sure how we're going to do against the boss, which is Don and Decker, but Incense Burner might help. And Artifact Potions used and Electrodynamics is perfect. That Electrodynamics pickup could be the pickup. I don't have Singing Bowl, so I don't care too much about that. So I don't have a lot of fights left for the next part. I don't have a lot of ways to heal. I'm gonna take one. And Panacea is great. It's super good. It's exactly what we want. It can give us a extra whatchamacallit against the upcoming boss. White Noise needs to be amazing here. Creative Eye is not amazing for us. I will play Panacea straight off the bat, and I will play Rebound into Cool Headed. And then I think you gotta go for Defrag here, probably, right? So we are taking damage on this guy? Yeah, we're taking 2. That's okay. I'm fine with that. It's not great. Don't get me wrong. It's not great at all. But it is what it is. So we can play one of these bias conditions so long. So I'm gonna. Because I want to get that extra block and that extra damage out. And it's not a great turn for us. But we should be block-wise fine now. And a little bit of a zap. A little bit of defrag. A little bit of defrag. A little bit of cool headed. Gotta go like that. Gotta dual cast this. That's insane damage. And at this point, block-wise, we should be good. We don't kill this man, unfortunately, which does sadden me quite a lot. But at the same time, we will not lose our buffer yet, and we will tank. We can actually just end our turn. Like right now, we could end our turn and we would win this without even having to do anything. So because of buffer, this is good. 10 focus is insane. None of these are good enough. We play a lot of powers now. So heat sinks is starting to look good for us. But I don't have the energy to make heat sinks work, is the problem. just gonna skip it. I think like right now what's happening is working well enough that I don't care too much about how I approach from this point on. Bum, 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 bum. This is unfortunate. I'll go Capacitator into Defect. That's a really bad first turn hand. It had nothing. I mean, it gave us obviously some kind of like form, which is really important. But at the same time, it wasn't great. I also need to remember to use generic algorithm every single time it comes up, by the way. Very important. It might not seem that important, but it's actually such an important little factor that I kind of forget sometimes. Misplayed that, but we get an artifact out of it, I guess. So yeah, if we can get Panacea to sharpen with this artifact potion, we could potentially play 2, if not all 3 bias conditions. And if we can play all 3 bias conditions, we will definitely come out ahead on the race for damage, which will be super good. This is really nice. We can play 1 bias condition because it's free. I'm gonna go for Zap into dual cast into Glacier, I think. Yeah, this is insane. This is like ridiculously insane. Like a Panacea and an artifact potion with 2 bias conditions could make us pretty much immortal, in all honesty. So I'm very excited for where this run can go right now, and I'm very excited to see how it rotates through into the final fight against Donor Decker, because electrodynamics means Donor Decker will get attacked evenly, which is really nice for me, and I like that a lot. And Shop Away, very important Shop Away. Now this is a tricky one. This is actually kind of a tricky one because Warpaint could be so good for us. We could remove this basic defend. It's kind of pointless in the deck right now. Is there an artifact potion sale? There is unfortunately not. I think I'm going to remove this basic defend. I don't think I'm going to need it, and I want to thin the deck out a bit, but I'm going to take the Warpaint to upgrade 2 cards, and upgrade Algorithm and Panacea, which is kind of good. And I don't think I want anything else here, in all honesty. Toolbox. Add a random colorless card. I mean, what colorless card could we get that would change our game? Mind Blast is bad. Apotheosis is kind of bad because I don't need anything. Upgraded because almost everything is upgraded already in the deck. What is the upgraded form of Panacea? Again, 2 artifact. No, I want to know upgraded. It is already upgraded. Again, 2 artifact. That's insane. Oh, Panacea just got upgraded. That means we can actually play all 3 bias conditions. How many bias conditions? We only have 2 bias conditions. Where did that 3rd bias condition come from? Is there a bias condition here? No. Storm's here, and we do play quite a bit of powers. Oh, I'm gonna add Storm. We play enough powers to want to maybe potentially have. I'm gonna see another shop. Am I gonna see another shop? Yes, I'm gonna see another shop. I was hoping for a Storm here. Didn't happen. We got a. Or artifact card would have been good too. I'm gonna take the Swift Potion, and I'll take the Explosion Potion. It might come in handy. And we're gonna go to a bonfire, get our final upgrade on the Storm to make it innate, I assume. Probably. So we got 92 HP to beat Donor Deck on Ascension Mode 2 run. This one's a little bit tight. This one, I'm not sure how this one's gonna go. This one's gonna be interesting, to say the least. I'm gonna pop the artifact and the bias condition right off the bat. I think that gives me the most benefit right off the bat. Now, electrodynamics, of course, was huge, a huge play that I really wanted to see happen. It just didn't happen for us. But Echo Form, though, on the other hand, does happen for us, and that's a big play. That's a really, really big play. Quit it again. That was I had to choose there. I had to choose what I wanted to go for. I either went for the block or I went for the damage, and I didn't know what was the right choice. I honestly don't know, and I can't tell you because I just honestly don't know. But I decided to go for the okay, block-wise we should be fine. I needed more energy for this run. Echo Form is Echo Form is doing is doing a magical wonders for us. Now this is kind of a tricky one. I mean, electrodynamics is super good and the double electrodynamics is super good, but I think cool-headed is where we want to go. It's a lot of card draw, a little bit of go for the eyes. So right now, block-wise, we got more than a block. Absolutely more than a block. We do not need to worry about blocks. So we potentially want to consider, instead of block, going for a capacitator hologram and then bringing back a zero costing card such as go for the eyes and weakening him. And I think that's the play I'm going to go for. More capacitators mean more orbs. More orbs mean more blocks potentially / more damage. So first card we play is play twice. This is very important, and I think the card I'm going to play twice is going to be the Glacier, because I want the block a little bit more right now than I care about the damage. And then I'll play a Zap, and then I'll play a Coordinate again. Now the only problem is we only have 2 Zaps doing damage, which is kind of bad. Time to use the Explosion Potion, I think. Boom. Beautiful. A little bit of go for eyes action I think is definitely a good idea. Some defrag action is even better though. Hologram, bring me back a Zap. I need a little bit more damage on this. We got enough ice to go a long way. And not playing electrodynamics has obviously dragged this fight out a lot longer than I would have liked. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, I think we did take the right approach. And right now, we pretty much just won the run. So you are literally done. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you are done. So you guys are done. You don't even understand how done you are. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot. We just perfectly Dono and Deco on an Ascension Mode 2 run. I just want to point this out. Thank you very much. 942 points. Victory. Ascension Mode level 3 unlocked. Defect run. Super duper easy. Perfected Dono and Deco on an Ascension Mode 2 run with a 23 card deck of Synergistic Destiny. Beautiful deck. Having that artifact potion, having the 2 Panacea plays to negate the Echo Form bias cognition and the normal bias cognition, and then having the 2 defrags, it gave us 4 plus 5, 10. We had something like 15 extra. We had, what were they, 16, and they start on 3, so we got 13 extra focus. 13 extra. At that point, you have enough block out of just the ice alone to win the run. So that was extremely fun, and that was extremely exciting, and that was a very, very nice Ascension Mode run. And that's Ascension Mode level 2 done and dusted for you guys. We'll be tackling 3 with the next 3 characters next. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I know I did, and if you did, please be sure to hit that like button. It super duper awesome, helps a lot, and I'll see you on Ascension Mode level 3 for the Ironclad. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.